The chair recognizes the Honorable Robert Wittenberg.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And for those that haven't seen me in a while, this is me without the respirator on and wearing a tie. 6 years, but the blink of an eye. There's a saying about having young children. The days and nights are long, but the years go by fast. I could say the same about serving in the House. We had many, far too many long nights here, but the years went by fast. It seems like yesterday, although it was 5.5 years ago, that we were at ease here on the floor during a late night session, and I decided to take a tour of the Capitol. I might have also spent a bit of time in the bathroom on the first floor. Little did I know I wasn't getting cell service there, and when I walked in the double doors right there in the back, it was completely quiet, and everyone turned back to look at me as I was the last one to vote. I was quick to say loudly that I wasn't getting service in the bathroom, and you can imagine the reaction that I got from everyone. I have far too many stories to share, but just one more that I want to mention about Julie Plawecki. Julie, my colleague, my lunch buddy, my friend. As a few people have mentioned in their speeches, I am a bit of a foodie, and I never say no to food. I always like trying everything at the table or at a group lunch, so Julie indulged me and always split her sandwiches with me or gave me some of her meal to try, and that was just at the orientation. That was the start of our friendship. She was the most caring and generous person, always thinking about others. Julie, this institution and this world hasn't been the same since you left us far too early. Mark, Lauren, Rachel, and Monica, I think of her and I think of you often. I'm also sad that we lost Pete Battaglia, John Keevala, and Isaac Robinson, all far too young and far too early. I can still hear Isaac Robinson right now saying, "You down with LPCs?" as we passed the LPC legislation and they were all sitting up in the gallery. I'm a very thankful person. I believe in the thank you culture. So this will be a speech of gratitude. I'm also not as funny as the incomparable Kathy Crawford, so I won't even try to match her stand-up routine. Or I won't sing like Leslie Love. And I'll try not to speak too long because with term limits and the turnover here in the institution, it's like every student getting to speak at 8th grade graduation. In no particular order, I'd like to start with my wife, Kimberly. So much changes over 6 years. My girlfriend became my fiance, then wife, and now the mother of our 2 beautiful, sweet, and exhausting kids. You are thoughtful, caring, smart, and selfless. You are my proofreader and my best friend. I love you more today than I did 6 years ago, and I'm excited to be able to spend additional time closer to home to be with you. Also, a big thank you to my parents, Molly and Howard, for always supporting me and encouraging me. I literally would not be here today without them. To my brother and sister, you were my first best friends, and that hasn't changed. I know I can always count on you. And to my brother, Jamie, you are my mentor and my hero. I have always looked up to you and always tried to make you proud. You are the strongest person I know, and what you're dealing with is just a bump in the road. I know you'll live a long and meaningful life. And to my in-laws and my friends and family back home, thank you, and I love you all. To the people of the 27th District, you are the most active and engaged constituents in the state without question. Thank you for your support and for pushing me. I was never here for me. I was here because of all of you. I was here because I wanted to serve my community, and you honored me with the opportunity. I wish my successor, Regina Weiss, all the best. The 27th District is in great hands. Now, to the people that make this institution work, our caucus team, including writers, graphic designers, photographers, videographers, policy, legal, member services, social media, and all my friends and colleagues working in other member district offices. There are far too many of you to mention here, but you are all appreciated. And to Chris Young and Ryan Siebold and Jelani McGadney for making sure I voted in a timely manner sometimes, and for keeping us all in line. KY, thanks for answering all my ridiculous texts. I appreciate you and your friendship. To all the pages that have been here throughout the years, the IT department, Tim Bolin, who is definitely somewhere warm right now, Doug Simon, the business office, and the HR department, including Lisa, Mark, and Stacy, you keep this ship afloat. To the clerks, Rich Brown and Gary Randall, and Darlene, the committee clerks, LSB, Andy and Laney, and HB the cat, the Peckham staff, including Christina, who is the friendliest person in the world, Nay, who we miss dearly, and Janet, the sergeants, all the maintenance and facilities staff, and Joelle. Fun fact, I didn't realize Joelle worked in a partisan office until months into my tenure in the legislature. You do a phenomenal job. None of this happens without all of you. And Alice, you do a great job of brightening up everyone's day. I know you'll keep running until you are 100. And to the lobbyists, with term limits, your role is very important here. There are lobbyists for everything. I used to say it at my coffee hours often when it came up. Lobbyists aren't an issue. They are people just advocating on behalf of their clients or for a particular cause. Term limits, gerrymandering, and money in politics are the issue. One of those has been addressed, the others are for another discussion. The media. Unfortunately, you have become small in number but monumental in importance. Thank you for the work you do every day to keep the residents of our state informed. Now, as everyone here knows, you're only as good as your team that surrounds you. Our team in the 27th District was second to none. Aaron Keel, Barbara Winter, Ricardo White, Liam Bagley, Mario Rebus, Nima Katabai, and the countless interns. Thank you. We always tried to have fun in our office while still being helpful and responsive to our residents, and always trying to go above and beyond. You're all friends, and I can't thank you enough for always being there to support me and our neighbors back home. And Liam and Mario for adapting on a moment's notice and responding to every constituent during this extremely trying time. And I would also be remiss if I didn't talk a little bit more about Barbara. Barbara, the office has not been the same without you. Check that. The entire Hob has not been the same without you. Your contagious laugh and unique sense of humor is missed by everyone within 3 floors of our office that could always hear it. Thank you for allowing me to work for you. Speakers Leonard and Chatfield. We disagreed on a lot, agreed on some, but are friends nonetheless. I said a lot of things about you at my coffee hours regarding things you did here, or just as importantly, things that you did not do here. But I never threw you under the bus without adding that I consider you both friends and that I would continue to chip away at you. I really appreciate your friendship. Sam Singh, you are a mentor and a friend. Speaker-elect Wentworth, we've spent some time together, and I know you are a selfless and principled person. I encourage you to look at Democrats as partners, not as opponents, and you'll get a lot done for the state. Donna Lisinski is a thoughtful, tough, smart, and attentive leader. I hope you two work well together. Chris Gregg, we came in together, and we're exiting together. It has been an honor serving with you. You did a great job during a difficult time. You are my leader and my friend, and I'm excited for whatever the future holds for you. Yusuf, your loud voice is only surpassed by your big heart. Keep shouting to the mountaintops. My seatmates, John Churkin, Frank Liberati, and Jim Hodsma, it was a pleasure getting to know you. Thanks for sharing your food with me and for letting me vent to you on nights when we were here past 3 a.m. We had a lot of fun. Frank, I will definitely see you at your deli soon, when it's safe to do so. Obviously. And to Sherry, my love, wherever she is. Your passion and eloquence are unlike anyone else I've ever met. To this day, I still go back and rewatch some of your speeches. You are a phenomenal public servant and an even better person. I learned so much from you over the years. I'll miss you, but I know we'll stay in touch, and you'll continue to do everything you can to help the people, and specifically the students of Detroit. To some of the other legislators I came in with, Vanessa Guerra, paying attention, yep. The first time I met her was at our orientation. She introduced herself and said something very properly like, "My name is Vanessa Guerra, I'm from Saginaw, and I like puppies," or something like that. And then I got to know her and realized she swears like a sailor. She's really smart, brutally honest, and doesn't pull punches, and that's what I love about her. She will be an excellent clerk for Saginaw. John Hoadley, you're one of the smartest people I know, and you're an expert on messaging. I've always looked up to you here in the legislature, and I'm happy to have your friendship. You're also an amazing baker and very generous with your snacks. I won't be mad if you send me tins of baked goods. Latanya Garrett, you constantly shared your food with me. I definitely wasn't upset when you would over-order and pass them on to me. You'll forever be in my heart for that and for your friendship. Leslie Love, making everyone else's speech tough to follow that act. I always look forward to your speeches, and we know why. I never knew what you were going to say. I always thought, you might use something like a fart analogy, or today something like a duck turd. But you were always on message, and I look forward to buying a ticket to your show one day. Christy, I don't know where Christy is, Pagan. We've worked together on many issues: gun violence prevention, the environment, reproductive rights, sex education, and a host of others. You are a policy wonk, and I appreciate all the work we did. Jeremy Moss, my friend, the frick to frack and frick left frack here in the house, and my last term wasn't the same without you. I missed having you here, but that didn't stop us from talking every single day. I'm proud to call you my senator and thankful for all the work that you do for our district. You are truly an effective and influential legislator. You're also one of my best friends, and I know that that will continue long beyond your time in the legislature. I will always remember December 7th, 2014. I know because you won't let me forget it. I also miss Stephanie Chang, the hardest working legislator anywhere, Erica Geis, Winnie Brinks, and Jeff Irwin. I look up to you all and thank you for your friendship. Keep doing great work in the Senate. Darren and Abdullah, AKA Wittenberg Moss 2.0. You are both perfect leaders for your respective districts. Thank you for your friendship, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for you both. Sarah Anthony, you did a great job wrangling the circus that is our caucus. You are destined for great things, and I'm eager to cheer you on along the way. Shalom. Cara Clemente, you came in, and it was a huge upgrade from your predecessor. I know he would actually say the same thing. You have a big heart, and I appreciate you and Paul and your friendship with me and Kimberly. David LeGrand, you're too smart for your own good, but I always value your opinion, and I appreciate the respirator. Matt Kolazar, you have a heart of gold, and that's why you're a teacher, and I know you'll keep doing the work even though you won't always get the credit. Lori Pahutsky, I can't tell you how glad I am to have a scientist in the legislature, especially during a pandemic. You are brilliant and do a great job for your district. Joe Tate, I've actually known Joe Tate since high school, longer than anyone else here, and we actually played football against each other. And I won't tell you which one of us went on to play college and in the NFL. You'll have to Google that. But Joe, it's been great reconnecting with you here. Tanisha, you're an inspiration to so many. You didn't let a mistake in your past define you, but rather to motivate you to do great things and serve your community. You are a passionate advocate, and the Detroit Caucus is in good hands. Thanks for sharing your smoothies with me. Wendell Bird, I haven't seen you in a while, and I hope you're doing well up there, wherever you are. I might be calling on you someday with some tax questions. And our Oakland County crew, I won't be far, and I look forward to continuing our work together. Jim Ellison, Brenda Carter, Padma Kupa, Mari Manugian, and Kyra Bolden, thank you for your friendship and your partnership on behalf of the residents of Oakland County. I'm also looking at you, Weber, Howerlack, Tedder, McCready, Kesto, Schroeder, and Berman. And specifically to Manoogs and KHB, stay on fire. Dave Maturin, boy, do I miss him. He's a kind and decent man, full of integrity, and I miss having him around here. Tommy Brand, you have a big heart. Always follow your heart, Tommy. Van Single, you're a good person, and I appreciate you, so I won't taint your reputation by telling stories from our trip. Andrea Schroeder, it's been a pleasure getting to know you, and I'm glad you are healthy and doing well. I'll continue to see you and check in on you. Chris Affendulis, who is likely watching at home, you're a friend, and I miss you, and I actually read more now because of you. And outside of the legislature, our fearless statewide leaders that I'm honored to call friends, Governor Whitmer, Attorney General Nessel, and Secretary of State Benson, keep up the great work. And I know I probably miss people, and I'm sorry, but know that it's been a pleasure sharing this unique experience with all of you. And last, and most importantly, to my kids, Ada and Abel, I didn't even know you when I first got here, but I've loved you my whole life. Everything I've done and will continue to do is for you. I wish you all the best, and I will support you every step of the way. And I want to end by talking about a light that was extinguished far too early. Just this week, we heard the news of the passing of Taylor DeRosa, a student at Grand Valley State. She was just 18 years old. She grew up in Royal Oak and graduated from Royal Oak High School. I got to know her through her activism with Students Demand Action, a group advocating for gun safety in Michigan. She had a beautiful soul that was evident from her kind nature, her passion to help, and her bright smile that seemed to never leave her face. Her potential was limitless, and I want her mom to know that I and so many of us here are thinking about her and offer our condolences. So colleagues, and everyone else that might be stumbling upon this video, life is fleeting. Don't take anything for granted. Tell your family and your friends that you love them, and always say thank you. Stay safe, everyone, and I wish you all the best in the future.